All right, guys, time to talk about Bitcoin on the channel once again. Now, I'm not going to talk about any altcoins tonight. Just, not a good time to talk about them. Bitcoin has pulled down the entire market today, and alts are really suffering. So there's not that much to talk about, guys. I think it's better to reevaluate probably tomorrow the altcoins. But anyways, keep in mind I'm on my second PC. I'm in another city tonight. The sound quality also isn't good due to that I don't have my microphone. And just bear with me, guys. So anyways, we still have about 4.5 hours on the daily candle. So right now we are hanging on to 91.9 on a daily time frame. If we close a daily candle above this, that is good. Now, it would be great if we could get up to 93.6. We still have time. Like I said, there's 4 hours. I mean, this could turn into one big giant wick. And, basically we're back to the same place where we were. Now, we are just really slightly worse than we were on the 9th of January. And, we keep kind of, going up and down here. And we just have to wait and see where we end up tonight. But so far it actually isn't that bad. I mean, we are still in a zone, and we're just consolidating, honestly. I mean, this is just one big giant consolidation. Hopefully, it doesn't turn out to be, one of these consolidations where we consolidate for like 6 months like we did before, between about 50 and 60, 70,000, and or actually like 58 actually. So yeah, but in my opinion, it's still not that bad. And, I would like to see us get back above 93.5 or 93.6 actually, but I don't think that's going to happen. But there's still time, like I said. Taking a look at this on the 4-hour time frame, the last candle was actually a nice green candle. Now, this candle is not that big of a candle, and it's just barely green at the moment. We do have 23 more minutes in this candle, but yeah, I do believe it's still going to probably hang on to this 91.9 level, but time will tell, guys, in 23 minutes. I don't have anything marked for Ethereum on this PC, guys, but I'm just looking at this right now, and it, in one way, we do look like we have a left shoulder here. Now, I know there's this little, variance here, but of course, all inverse head and shoulders, or even head and shoulders, not even just inverse, they're not going to be 100% perfect. Never. Now, this appears to be a left shoulder. Now, this right here appears to be a head. And it looks like, if Ethereum goes down, it could possibly come back up and give the right shoulder, and then if it breaks above this neckline, guys, then yeah, I mean, there's let's see what the target would be. Now I'm just going to measure this like this. Okay, now it's not, I don't think it's straight, but it doesn't matter, guys. This is just in theory if this will form. So the target for Ethereum would be around $6,000, guys. So yeah, this possibly could be an inverse head and shoulders in my opinion. So it's just really, really long time frame. It started basically in March after its big run up. And yeah, I would say this is the left shoulder. This is definitely the head. Now we're working on creating this right, shoulder. So yeah, target $6,000. Maybe that's the end for Ethereum right there, I would say. I do think Ethereum might get a little bit higher than 6, but, as slow as this appears it's all going, that may be the end target for Ethereum this cycle. Now for the crypto market cap, guys, looking pretty ugly. It's down at 3.1 trillion at the moment. We did hit this, 3.28 trillion, got rejected, and almost came down to touch the 3 trillion mark. And yeah, I mean, we were 0.02 away, so that's not much, guys. But right now we do have an equal low, like over here in the 26th, 27th of November. So could it be kind of a double bottom? Yeah, maybe it's possible. We just have to wait and see how this kind of plays out. But still, 4 hours and 17 minutes on this candle, guys. Now, the total market cap excluding Bitcoin, it has broken through the 1.34 trillion. So that is not good to see. Now, let me see what this blue line indicates. Yeah, that was the last cycle high, actually. So we did come down to retest that. So that is interesting to see. Not as much of a wick like on the 20th of December. So yeah, it looks like there is a little bit more strength than the 20th of December. So that's actually a positive, I would say. But I would like to see us reclaim this 1.34 trillion mark. But I just don't think that's going to happen tonight, guys. Now, dominance, guys. It's just going up, and it really wants to go up. I don't know why. But I guess people are still throwing their money into Bitcoin. And yeah, I mean, it's just stronger than the alts. And if I zoom out, guys, you'll see that, it looks like it wants to complete this W pattern. Now, again, the W isn't going to be 100% perfect. So it's like any other pattern, guys. We almost lost it here, I would say. If it would have broke down a little bit more, I think the W pattern wouldn't be in play. But at this time, I would say the W pattern is still in the play. And if it breaks up here, like 59.02%, this kind of neckline right here, that is not going to be good, guys. I mean, that means basically, it's going to run possibly technically from, the neckline down to the bottom here. And if I would have some little line I could pull over, which right now I don't have that, and I'm not going to play with that right now. Just doesn't really matter that much until we get there, but we're very close. So if we're there tomorrow or the next day, I'll show you the target, but I think the target is actually going to exceed the high that we've seen for this cycle. So you can see over here that we had 61.78, and yeah, that target I am sure will exceed that, but let's just hope, Bitcoin doesn't get any stronger. I mean, this is just one of the worst things an altcoin holder can see. As for the monthly returns, guys, we're only down 2.04% at the moment for January. That's not that bad, honestly. But, we just came off a December that, was minus 2.85%. And previous December was much better. Although, in the last, 7 years, mostly we've been red in December. So that is kind of interesting to see. But usually, okay, we're about 4, almost 5% up in December. So we had a slightly lower December. Now, January on average is usually plus almost 3%. So right now, slightly lower than that. But February tends to be, very good. So you can see here, guys, last February, 43% up. The average is 15.66%. So March is also not that bad. And the previous, 4 Marches, just like February's, have been all green. So let's see if we can keep this streak going. And, April in the last 4 years have not been so great, and neither has May, and yeah, June also, guys. So we're coming up to a quite important quarter, basically. Q1, January, February, March, and you can see that the last 4 years we've been mostly in the green here. So I hope this changes. I do believe we will end this month positive. We just need to get some good economic numbers. Now, talking about economics today, basically we did see 3% today for the consumer inflation expectations. It's great we didn't have more, but we needed to have less. We needed to have 2.9, 2.8. That would have really, spurred the market today. Now Tuesday, tomorrow actually we're going to have PPI, so that's quite important. Wednesday is most important though. We do have CPI, and we have the manufacturing index here. We got a couple of speakers speaking on Wednesday. Thursday, jobless claims. We do have Fed manufacturing index from Philadelphia. We also have core retail sales. We do have the FOMC member speaking. And then basically on Friday, industrial production may be slightly important, but it's pretty much a rest day, I believe, for Bitcoin when it comes to economic numbers for the week. Now, taking a look at the interest rate cut, guys, 97% believe, not getting cut. In my opinion, we're going to get a cut in March, June, September, December. But, it all depends if we have good CPI, PPI numbers until then. If we do, we could see a 1/4 point cut in March, but I do believe they will skip May and have a breather until June, and and so on. So we just got to take it one step at a time. Who really knows, guys? They predict, I think, 2, or the Fed predicted 2, but most banks and things like this are predicting 1. If they're not going to actually raise the rates actually. Now, taking a quick look at the altcoin season index, guys. Terrible. 45. We have lost these peaks. I'm sad to see that the peaks have failed us and they haven't held us up. It was kind of my theory that they would. Now I know we did dip down a couple of times, but yeah, it just looks like for the next day or two, we're probably going to bleed a little bit. Look at the fear and greed index, guys. 61. I'm kind of surprised. Yesterday 62. But this is going to update in about 4 hours, guys. So yeah, I do believe this is going to fall back quite a bit. Now, taking a look at the crypto bubbles, guys, absolutely terrible across the board. Everything is down pretty much about 8, 9, 10%. So yeah, we are going back quite a bit, guys. So anyways, I do want to show you one thing, and that is the bull market peak indicators. So sell at the top, guys. Now, all 30 indicators have not been hit. Now, this is why I am bullish and many others are bullish as well. And it's 100% hold right now. So I always talk about the Pi Cycle top indicator, which I was about to go to a moment ago and show you. And yeah, guys, I can zoom in. It still hasn't crossed. So yeah, that number 2 has not been hit. But all of these other, indexes in this list have not been hit yet. And you can see there's X's for everything. So that is why I am bullish and many others are bullish, guys. So don't let today, just don't let fear drive you out right now. You're at the worst time to be driven out. This is going to be one of the most bullish periods, one of the most bullish years that you've ever seen. I got in basically the last time in the last cycle in that 3rd year. It was wild. Now, I should have sold, but I didn't know better, guys. And this time I know a lot better. So anyways, I just, hope you haven't been driven out. You haven't sold anything. You're holding. It's not financial advice, but I do believe you will benefit a lot more in the long run, and don't try to sell and buy back lower. It's too hard, guys. It doesn't work out. You're very nervous when you try it, unless you have some extra crypto or something and you say, hey, I'll take a chance on it and I'll keep my, original goal or whatever, like I do sometimes. That's fine. But, then you don't have to fear if you lose it or not. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.